Hey guys and girls, my name's Dan, welcome back to The Forge. In today's episode of Trust Me, I'm a Blacksmith, we're going to see how quickly I can make a pair of tongs. Now I'm quite happy with a pair of blanks, they're quite good, they're reasonable for the task that they will then go on to do, which is make a pair of tongs, make a pair of wolf jaws or flat bits or hollow bits with these. And they take about 35 minutes to do by hand to get to this point. And that's fine, but I think I can do these a lot quicker by using the power hammer. So here I've got 4 lengths of 20mm round mild steel. It's about 160mm in length. I chuck these in the gas forge and I'm going to time myself making them in the normal conventional way. Four blanks, 47 minutes and 29 seconds, 4 minutes and a half-ish roughly, and they're okay. Their consistency is a bit poor, but they're okay. I made them as quick as I could whilst moving the camera around and doing all that stuff. So tong blanks, just like the ones that we're making in this video, is something that I sell on my online shop. I'd be extremely grateful if you'd go over and check out the shop. There's a link to that in the description. I make everything from hammers to tongs, there's merchandise and all sorts of paraphernalia regarding blacksmithing. This actual hammer is part of a raffle that I'm currently running, so go and check that out. It's a lovely little thing, and you can pick up t-shirts and all sorts of cool stuff like that. And also the website's a great place if you're interested to find out more about the channel, me, and what's going on. So these are the free forged or open die forged tongs using a power hammer. They're pretty good. They take about 12 minutes to make. They did in this instance, and 12 minutes each to make. That's 24 minutes for the pair. It's a quick-ish process. I think I can do it in 10 minutes, a blank, about 3 or 4 heats depending on how successful each one is. Consistency's low. It's about the same with consistency with these as it would be hand forging them, and I think we can do better. Same bars as before, and I'm going to be using the die tool this time, and that does literally set up the nib, forges off offsets and everything, gets it all nice and tidy, so be using that. So let's see how we get on. 36 minutes and 11 seconds, which is a considerable reduction in time. It's about 10 minutes now. 10 minutes of the time for both of these was heating stuff up, so it took about 10 minutes to get all 4 bars hot, and then whatever was left over is the time it took to actually make the tongs. So that's nearly 6.5 minutes for each individual blank. I've reduced the time by half, so we had 12 minutes before and now we've got 6 minutes and 30 seconds. One of the things is I've noticed I've got some areas where we've got a bit of stick in. One of the areas where we can pick up some time is by improving this tooling. Now, I made this first. This was the first one I made. I just wanted to test it to see if it would work. It works amazingly, but sadly, stuff sticks in here, which is really irritating, and it's costing time, anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute to try and get the tooling, trying to get the tong blank out of here is just really frustrating. Now, I think I can improve that. I have made some other dies already and they loosen off quite nicely because I made them in a slightly different way. So remake this with some H13, which will also improve its toughness, and we'll see how we get on. The second aspect to time reduction is reducing the amount of flashing that needs to be removed during each process, or producing some tooling that will release the flashing a lot quicker, so some sort of stripper or something like that. Now, I think a stripper's a bit far on for this episode, so we're not going to be looking at that today. But selecting material that is of a slightly reduced size might reduce the amount of flashing that we have. But for the time being, just grinding it off, especially if we can release it out of here, is completely acceptable, and I don't think it's taking very long at all. So I'm going to attempt to use this former to take these 4 pieces of steel and turn them into 2 pairs of tongs in less than an hour. Right, here we go. 1 hour and 3 minutes. They're not perfect, they're not tidy by any measures, but they're functional. They both do the job. They could do with seriously do with some straightening up and making it look a bit nicer, but considering the fact that I made both these pairs start to finish in an hour, I'm super impressed. Could I have done things better? Yes, definitely, but that's a good sign. I'm still starting out on this process. If I spent more time on these to make them look nicer, would they look nicer? Yeah, and not very much time. I reckon 10 to 15 minutes each extra, putting these somewhere around 45 minutes to make a pair of tongs, 40 to 45 minutes, would just, yeah, really pleased with these. So I cannot complain when it comes to tong making and these. And the results that come out of making really nice blanks is that I'm also producing really nice products to go along with them. Now, if you are waiting for tools, you will be getting the upgraded ones for sure. If you're waiting for tongs, I know there's a few people waiting for sets, but these are up on the shop. We made them in bulk now, so there's a whole rake of these sitting up on the shop, and also we've smashed out a whole rake of these blanks ready to go. They're also up on the shop. You can buy those in pairs with rivets. And I still have some raffle tickets left for this hammer. Well, I say I have some raffle tickets left. There are still tickets available for this if you want to get your hands on them. They're also up on the shop. This is first prize. The helper is second, and third prize is a £25 gift voucher. So head on over to the shop, link in the description, and yeah, pick up some cool tongs, or even a raffle ticket with a chance to win a really sexy hammer. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed making it and working through this process. I've learnt a lot. It actually took about a week to make this video. There's been series of different stages that I've worked through. We had a couple of failures last week when we were making the tool in. In fact, I've already videoed this video and didn't unedited it and wasn't happy with it, so started again. So it's been a complicated process, a lot going on. Hopefully it was entertaining, hopefully it was enjoyable. I know this isn't sort of like a beginner access sort of thing. This is definitely someone, if you've got a power hammer and you can, but I just thought it was an interesting process and interesting to learn along with me and watch me make quite a good pair of tongs in a very short period of time. I do honestly believe that this process can be made even faster. I think we can get these down to 25, 20 minutes. Simple little things, having a die or a jig to do the nib completely. Having a slightly different variation on the rein, stripping the material off, making sure the tooling releases quickly. All these things slowed me down. Working in pairs, I've been working through some of these exercises with Elliot, and we've been making loads of blanks so that they can go up on the shop, and as a consequence we've improved once again. So I think with a bit of practice, a bit of time, and some better tooling, a bit more of an upgrade on tooling, and maybe some more tooling, we can get these down to 20 minutes. But stay tuned for that, I'll let you know if we do. Okay, I'm going to leave the video there because it's freezing in here and it's taken long enough to get to this point anyway. So thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are a subscriber, why not ring that bell for notifications? Tells you every time I make a video. I make a video about once a week, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less, just depends on how busy I am. And if you are enjoying the content and you'd like to support us in any way, shape or form, there's a few things you can do. You can share this video and leave a comment down below, and then go into the description and check out some of the links. There's a link to the website and the shop. There's some information about the channel and some other little bits and bobs as well. And also you can buy really cool stuff like the blanks, t-shirts, some other bits and bobs, hammers, there's raffle tickets and all that stuff. I think I've mentioned it already. And that's everything. Thank you for joining me. I will leave a link up here to a video that YouTube recommends for you. This video down here is the most recently uploaded. I'll leave a video here that I think links into this video quite nicely, and that one there is the subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining me. Goodbye.